Good morning, everybody. Off to a quiet start. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is going to stay quiet for at least the short term, rest of the day today, as well as tomorrow. 4 chances of rain start going up on Wednesday. Dry as a bone outside across northern Indiana and chilly, like we talked about. Temperatures in the 40s in most places. That is thanks to dry air, high pressure control, no wind. No wind really helps to keep temperatures nice and cool overnight. They cool down more quickly when there's no wind. But this high is going to be moving over towards the east, which means winds are going to be turning more southerly. We've been seeing mostly northerly winds aloft and at the surface, which means we've been seeing that haze from wildfire smoke coming from wildfires up in this part of Canada up here, and that will change. It looks like you will still see a haze in that smoke forecast for later today. Still looking pretty hazy across most of northern Indiana, but starting tomorrow, it turns a little less dense overhead for Tuesday afternoon, and then I think by Wednesday, the winds will have turned more southerly to where it's actually blowing away from us towards the northeast, and we'll likely see the smoke dissipate. So won't be talking about it much longer, it looks like, in your forecast. And that forecast for the rest of the day today, we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine, smoke aside, temperatures up to the low and mid 70s by noon today. We top out close to 80 in Fort Wayne and closer to the lower and even some spots middle 80s farther west towards Lafayette, with again noticeably those winds picking up out of the south mostly later tonight. It'll turn to southerly winds, which means more humidity and definitely warmer temperatures compared to from now to tomorrow. We're going to be about 15 to 20 degrees warmer for tomorrow morning with those southerly winds picking up, just the middle 60s for lows towards Lafayette and into the upper 80s for those highs tomorrow afternoon, kind of bordering on hot in some places as those southerly winds pick up with a little more cloud cover overhead. Enough of the southerly winds will bring enough moisture our way for Wednesday's chance for some showers and storms with this cold front that's coming in. Now, the cold front itself is going to be pretty dragged out. It does look like it's actually going to stall over most of Indiana and really prolong those rain chances for most of the second half of the week. So we'll pick up with rain chances Wednesday, continue them into Thursday, and for part of the day Friday, too. It looks like we'll have a good coverage of showers and storms across most of the area. The low and front itself passes through once we get to Friday evening. Into Saturday, it does look like we dry back out, but we've got 3 days of solid rain chances, and that could add up to some respectable amounts in the ballpark of 1 to 2 inches in most places for those rainfall totals, at least some potential for it. Locally, maybe as much as 2 to 3 inches in a few spots like Rensselaer, maybe slightly higher over that way in our part of our area. So for the rest of the forecast today, enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. Monday and Tuesday looking pretty nice, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when that wet weather starts to make a comeback with some thunderstorms in the mix there. But luckily, we do look to dry back out and stay a little cooler for the weekend with highs in the mid to upper 70s in Fort Wayne for the weekend. Same for Lafayette. Rain chances kind of prolonged Wednesday through Friday. Then we dry out for the weekend.